Now look at that, isn't that beautiful? Sumptuous looking, glistening caps, golden brown in colour, pale yellowish white gills, and deep down in amongst that clump are the velvet shanks that give them their common name. Now the Latin name is Flammulina velutypes, and you wouldn't know it, but that is also the same mushroom that the Japanese call inokitake, but in no way does it visually resemble what you can see before you. It's white and slender with a tiny pin head, and it's cultivated in Japan and used kind of decoratively in soups and in dishes where it looks very beautiful floating on the surface as well as tasting nice. But here we've got rather large sumptuous specimens of the same mushroom looking completely different. I'm going to harvest some now. Slippery, especially on top, slightly slimy texture, but don't worry about that, it does taste very good once you get it in the casserole. Put those down there. Try not to damage too much of the possible area where the mycelium is attached. But of course it runs all the way through that log behind. And there is a lovely young cluster, and they actually look much more similar to the Japanese ones that I mentioned earlier. I'm back home now, and as you can see I've laid the haul out on a chopping board. It looks quite substantial, and I did only take half at the most of what I found, and that's going to make a good meal this evening. I'm going to cook with those later, don't know what yet. I'm going to go away and have a little think. I'm going to try a little experiment here. Generally speaking, velvet shanks is recommended for soups and stews and is thought to require slow cooking. But some of the specimens that I've actually found today are incredibly like the cultivated inokitake, not quite so straight, but with the tiny pin heads and the long stems, and I'm hoping that they're going to be a little bit more tender than usual. So what I'm intending to do is follow a Japanese recipe that cooks them wrapped in bacon with a slice of lemon and some butter, and then the whole thing in some tin foil in the oven. I'm going to use the younger specimens. These ones look good. These, apart from the larger one and most of these, so it's a bit of an experiment. They may turn out tough because the cooking time is only recommended as 10 minutes. Maybe I'll give them a little bit longer, but that's what I'm planning to do. Now, I've prepared all these lovely small velvet shanks. They don't quite hang together like the inoki-taki do because they haven't got such long stems, but some of them have. And what I propose to do next is wrap some bacon around them. So quite fun. Can you see that? That's been wrapped in bacon, which is held in place with a cocktail stick. Got a slice of lemon, and a little dab of butter on the top, and I'm about to close the foil, put it in the oven. Okay, a moment of truth has arrived. It's swimming with juices, it looks delicious, and it's had about 20 minutes, which is twice the time recommended in the original recipe to allow the fact that they just may be that much tougher than the cultivated. I'm really quite excited. It looks good. I've taken out the cocktail stick. I'm cutting it in half this way. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Not a huge taste of mushrooms, really exciting texture in the middle of it all, and a lovely combination of flavours. And they weren't tough at all, so I'm really pleased.